Hello again, whiskey friends. Today, we're going to break down Wild Turkey 12-year. So this is 101 proof, international release only. Comes in this amazing velvety box. Oh, we're going to have some fun tonight. Let's break this one down, see what happens. So, right off the bat, the presentation of this thing, this box, I can't convey the texture of it, but it just has this pet the carpet feel to it. It feels really good. Tactile, it just feels good. Compared to the Master Keep boxes, as an example, like I really love those Master Keep boxes, but the way that they hold those bottles is always very suspect. This one, on the other hand, I mean, look at that presentation. The Master Keeps don't have that good of a presentation to them compared to this. So that sticks out right away. Regardless, another killer bottle designed by Wild Turkey. I mean, Wild Turkey consistently has some of my favorite bottle designs. So going into this tasting, I've had this once before during a live. So as you can see, only one pour really taken out of this so far. So let's get into this again. I mean, right off the bat, the flimsy turkey corks. That thing's gonna break someday. Ooh. Pour that one. Cheers, whiskey friends. Okay, that's great news. Man, that's 12 years right off the bat. That's even better than my first impression of it. So, full transparency, first impression of this thing during the live was, at least on the palate, it felt thin, it felt watered down. I was a little disappointed, but then the more sips I had, the flavors built, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of into this now. But it took 3, 4, 5 sips before it built momentum. We'll see if it does the same thing today. But the nose, right off the bat, lovely oak presence, just a velvety oak. Very spicy. Very spicy. Like a white pepper. Little saltiness. Reminds me of if you were to break down like a salted pretzel that you would dip into some like fresh caramel. Lots of cherry. Whole lot of cherry syrup. Yeah, cherry syrup. Like not fresh cherries, but just straight sweet cherry syrup. Man, that cherry note lasts for days. Interesting. It's really overtaking it. It wasn't my first impression, that cherry. Now I can't escape it. But it is a deep, vibrant cherry. Great nose. I mean, great nose. I'm trying to think of a nose to compare it to here. I've got a few comparison bottles. We'll see where the vibe goes, where the notes go, where I want to pull this out. We've got Weller 12. All right, so we got 101 proof, versus the 90 proof. So we'll see if this holds up. I also pulled out an old Fitz decanter. Now it's got a bit more age on it, but the proof is better comparison. And then the other one I pulled out because of that cherry note was a Michter's 10. I don't know if I'm going to compare all four of these to that, or all four of them against each other, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to compare this one. Now, up front, I paid $2.50 for this. So this is a international release only commodity. Get it how you can get it. You know, I think it's like, if you can actually travel over to where it's sold, 100, 125 maybe. I might be even exaggerating that, but $2.50, full transparency. So when I do compare it to the ones I just pointed to, this is by far the most expensive one that I paid for, because everything else I got for MSRP. Yeah, just that cherry. All right, let's go for a sip. Mm-hmm. Then the oak. So, disappointing aspect on this one. Up front on the palate, it is thin and not flavorful. Like initially when it hits your mouth, it is somewhat neutral. A watered down cherries there. But initially it is not what I want typically from an experience, from a tasting. Now, it does amplify as the tasting goes on. So through mid-palate, through the finish, it gets stronger and stronger. So the weakest part of the tasting is up front. Similar notes from the nose. So that salted pretzel caramel, cherry syrup, velvety oak, translates a bit to a Hershey chocolate. And the chocolate is what lingers throughout the finish here. The little bit of pepper bite. I mentioned the pepper on the nose. That's popping up, especially on the finish. Man. It's a lovely pour. What I paid for it, I have it probably biases me a little bit. I don't know if I would buy another one at that same price. So kind of keep that in mind, however you can get this thing. At the same time, it is delicious. It's the finish. The finish builds. It's the same thing that happened the first tasting. Every consecutive sip you get of this thing, because it's so oily, brings the flavors more and more. So you have to sip it a few times to get the full experience. All right, I'm going to leave a little bit there. I actually don't know how this is going to stand up against these comparisons. Even though the proof is a little higher, I'm curious about it against the Weller 12. Take from that as you will. All right, let's pull a Glend out. All right, we'll do a story time. Cheers, Shane. I haven't had Weller 12 in a little bit. It's actually kind of fun to do these comparisons because it gives me an excuse to pull out bottles that I have not pulled out in a little bit. So the Weller 12 has the cherry, not as much oak as the Wild Turkey. Yeah, not as much oak at all. Very soft comparison here. Now we're comparing 90 proof to 101, so a little bit unfair. Just cherry cough syrup. Let's see what it does in taste. Yeah, no, Wild Turkey 12. Wild Turkey 12 wins that one. The Weller 12's good, but it doesn't even have the age compared to the Wild Turkey 12. It doesn't feel as old. It's a surprising comparison. Yeah. Cherry, soft. Yeah. No, the Wild Turkey 12 wins that, heads up. All right, Wild Turkey 12 beats Weller 12. Yeah. Get a little water. Yeah, pour another Glen here. All right, got a Boone County Glen. All right. Cheers, Boone County. Let's do the, I think this one is more appropriate. I know it's a wheater versus the rye, so maybe not, but 13-year old Fitz. Ooh. Foam. All right, this is a better comparison. Still wheater versus rye. So the pepperiness makes the Wild Turkey 12 stand out. The extra age doesn't make a difference, at least on the nose. The Wild Turkey 12 still standing out. It's almost a Play-Doh note now, comparing the two. Just a raw dough. Hopefully it shines in the taste. Okay. Simulated is there. Finish is really good. So this one sways way more vanilla forward. Lack of fruits, for sure. Powdered sugar. Which is very sweet. The oak. Okay, so that's a learning. So I've had the Weller 12 and the Old Fitz 13. The oak on the Wild Turkey 12 well exceeds that. Still very cherry forward on the Wild Turkey 12. Yeah, this is... Alright, Old Fitz underwhelming. Wild Turkey 12 still in the lead. For sure. I'm just going to put that one aside. Alright, next Glen. Cheers, Austin. All right, so pouring the Michter's 10. So Michter's 10, years wise, if it's 10, minimum 10. I think this one's older based on prior impressions. Getting low on this one. This one might not have too much life in it. Only Michter's 10 have had. All right, that's a better comparison. That's a better comparison. For sure. All right, look at that matchup. Oh, they're very similar. I'm kind of intrigued on this one. This is a good comparison. So the Michter's 10 is still lower proof, 94. So 94 versus 101. And I don't know the age on it entirely. Minimum 10, 12. I don't know. I feel like the Michter's is actually older on this one. Yeah, these are really comparable. Like, surprisingly comparable. All right, so Weller 12, Old Fitz 13. No, not in competition with these. Michter's 10 though. Okay. No, I think the Palate's gonna let me down in the Michter's 10. I think the Wild Turkey 12 is gonna win this one. Yeah, there's just more going on. No, Wild Turkey 12. Weller 12, Old Fitz, Michter's, no. Wild Turkey 12 wins. It's got every step of the way. It has more going on. From the front of the palate, mid palate, finish. No, doesn't compare. The nose on the Michter's 10 almost competed, but no, this is way better. Yeah, that cherry. Man, that cherry. So, I guess in conclusion, you saw what I compared this to. We're comparing it to Old Fitz, Weller 12, Michter's 10. Wild Turkey 12 wins. This is fabulous. Oh. No, doesn't, yeah, that's great. Price-wise, though, personally, I paid $250 for this to get my hands on it. I think $150 for the Michter's 10, $130 for the Old Fitz, and I actually got the Weller 12 at MSRP, so that was like $50, $60, whatever the Ohio prices are. So the Wild Turkey, price-wise, well above the investment in the others. But with that said, Wild Turkey still wins. No, that's good. So if you have a chance to get a sample of the Wild Turkey 12, like, try it out. I wish they sold it here domestically. It would be just as popular as the other things that I just showed you. I suppose it's fun though for the hunt. Either way, Wild Turkey 12, I think it's a buy. Buy less than I did, though. All right. Till next time. Goodbye, whiskey friends.